What's going on, folks? Before we get into today's video, this video is brought to you by SeatGeek. If you are looking for tickets for any type of sporting event, concerts, whatever, you name it, download this free app. Check this app before you buy any tickets. Even if you find the tickets for the exact same price, all you gotta do is go to the promo code section of this app, enter my code K.Spade to get yourself a discount. Save yourself some money, fam. What is going on, folks? It is Kspadetheprospect. I'm back today with a brand new episode of Welcome to Sin City. You already know, man, it's the city that never sleeps. It is also the home of the UNLV Running Rebels. And this is a team that had a rough start to the season. Took two tough losses to start the season and just recently found a little piece of happiness in their first win. Today they're on the road to do battle against the Rams of Colorado State. I'll see you guys at the coin toss. Alright, now today's action takes place at Lubbock Field at Hughes Stadium, where Colorado State hopes they can get out of here with a win. Kind of want to kick the Rebels while they're still going through their struggles. I don't know, maybe they have cleared up whatever issues they had, but they definitely were struggling to start the season. The Rebels start this game off with possession of the football, and we're going to pick up right here, see what they got going on. Second and short, you get a chance to see Stanton drop back, throw a quick read to Darren Woods Jr. on the comeback, 12-yard pickup, 1st and 10 Rebels. This first drive looks pretty good. This is what we expect to see this team do. Move the football on the ground, move the football through the air, keep the defense guessing, but ultimately they need this offense to be anchored by a strong running attack, and that just wasn't the case in the first two games of the season. Here on second down, Stanton drops back the pass and throws another strike on a quick hitch. The quick hitch seems to be catching Colorado State off guard. I guess they are afraid of the speed of these receivers getting behind them. They digging back, trying to get back in that quick hitch. It'll free them up all the time. But here on third down, they try to go to the screen. Colorado State was ready for that. And UNLV has a great drive that ends in 3 points. I mean, I guess you're happy you get points, but the way they move down the field, they got to be a tad bit disappointed they didn't get in the end zone. We get our first look at Colorado State's offense, and at first, it looks like these two teams might have the same offensive coordinator or the same playbook. They both dropping back, throwing little quick reads, 3-4 yards. Here on 3rd and 6, you're going to need something a little bit longer than that, and Stevens has all day in the pocket, delivers a strike to the sideline to a wide open Dalton Fackrell, 20-plus yards on the play, 1st and 10 for Colorado State. Later in that drive, they're still going to the air, not seeing very much running from this team, but they did throw into the flats to a running back who can only pick up a yard. 3rd and 9, of course, they got to go to the air again. Time in the pocket, but nobody's open, and he just holds it forever and ever. You can't do that. We got to talk about Mark Fanay. I don't know what his name is, but I know he's a hell of a player. And I know he's been putting pressure on opposing teams' quarterbacks all season. It's definitely at a point where I think offensive coordinators are starting the game plan for number 19. The guy will be on the way if you sit back there and hold the football too long. Colorado State settles for 3 on their first drive. Both of these offenses move the ball with ease until you got in that area where the field got a little bit smaller and neither of the teams could make anything shake. UNLV offense back on the field. I like this. A 21-yard pickup through the air to Devontae Boyd. Use the talents you got out here, stretch the field with these receivers, and maybe that'll open that run up. Second down right here. It looked like Stanton wanted to run. Colorado State had the spy in position. He was ready. Stanton did the smart thing and just threw it away. 3rd and 6. That's that illegal pick play that the Rebels love so much. Works out great for him right here. Kendall Keys comes up with the reception. 1st and 10 for the Rebels. We jump ahead on 2nd and 10 where they just hand it off, and Lex easily gets the first down. Picked up about 9 yards before he was even touched, and then he fell forward. Picked up another yard or two to make sure they got the first. Evan Owens gets his first carry of the game. 6 yards on the play. I don't know if you guys see the trend, but UNLV is picking up a chunk of yards per carry. This is going to be huge for them. Right here, that's a terrible read by Stanton. Stanton should have kept it. He handed it off. Thomas gets destroyed in the backfield. They lose yards, and it puts them in a 4th and short situation. 4th and 3. That they are in field goal range. We are accustomed to seeing Coach Spade go for it on 4th. Stanton wants to run. The defense was there. He tried to shuffle pass it to Thomas, who's hit instantly. I'm not sure if he really fumbled or what. It really didn't matter. It was a turnover either way. So they get absolutely nothing on that possession. Colorado State offense back on the field, and they get a big-time play from Marcus Wilson. 22-yard on the reception. 1st and 10, and this drive continues. Later in that drive on 2nd down, Stevens with time in the pocket. I don't know if they just completely forgot about Johnson here or what, but he was completely open, wide open. And if he wasn't so slow, that play could have been dangerous. It could have went for some big-time yardage. I like what Colorado State is doing, though. I don't know if they got a subpar running back or they just truly believe in their passing attack, but they are throwing the football a lot, and they're having success with it. 2nd and 10, they go back to the air. Nice little comeback play. Wilson sheds a tackle attempt, runs right into the end zone. I'm not really sure what happened right there. Craziest play. A nice little hitch route. The defense was back in zone, but that's got to be a tackle. I'm not sure what happened. I can guarantee you Coach Spade is going to let somebody get an earful after that terrible tackle attempt. The Rebels offense back on the field. It's the 2nd quarter here. You got just under 5 minutes to go. But whoever would have thought at this point of the game, the Rebels trail Colorado State 10-3. Now, there's a lot of football left. It's not time to panic. But this goes back to what I'm saying about the way this team has looked just uncomfortable this year. They just haven't looked like the Rebels of last year. I don't know. They got to get it together. 2nd down right here. Stanton gets sacked for a 3-yard loss. That puts him in a 3rd and 13 situation, which is tough. It's tough to come out, pick up 13 yards to better on a play where the defense is going to be pinning their ears back. And you can believe they're going to do it. It's a passing situation. They know a pass is coming. Stanton drops back. Offensive line does a great job of protecting him. He tried to squeeze in him a tiny gap to Devontae Boyd. And that's really good secondary coverage from Colorado State. UNLV has to punt it off. What is going on with the Rebels this year? Colorado State offense back on the field, and Nick Stevens goes down. Shedded 1 sack attempt and still just held on to it too long. You got to get rid of it, man. You got to get rid of it. I'm pretty sure the initial pressure came from one of the big heavies. It would be finished off by a backer, though. That's a beautiful play. 10-3 is the score here on 3rd and 7. I guess Stevens didn't like what he saw, didn't want to take a sack, just got sacked earlier in this possession, decided he would get rid of it. So UNLV gets another opportunity. You guys got to do something. They go back to the ground. Lexington Thomas picks up about 6 or 7 on that play the hard way. The hard way. I like it. 2nd down for Stanton. Survey in the field, drops back in the gun. A quick read over to Devontae Boyd. They try to jam Devontae. Anytime you see the jam on Devontae, keep the eye on him. This guy consistently gets off the line. You cannot press him. You just can't. 2nd down, Stanton takes off and picks up a ton of yards. 13 to be exact when he only needed about 7. 1st and goal from inside the 5. They turn around, hand it off to Lex Thomas, who gets in the end zone. We can hit on Sunday, we gon' hit the Crystal Palace. This is what Stanton can do, and I think he was trying to do that a couple of times earlier in this game, and both times Colorado had the spot set up. They didn't have it set up right there, and Stanton's legs allowed that drive to happen. At the end of the first half, you got a 10-10 tie, and if you look at the stats, the teams are getting it done in 2 completely different ways. -3 yards on the ground for Colorado State, over 100 yards rushing for the Rebels. I guess this is what it's going to be, passing versus rushing. 2nd half is now kicked off where Colorado State starts off with possession. 1st and 10, the play action pass sets up beautifully. They go back to Dalton Fackrell, 7-yard pickup, and the drive continues. Just when you think Colorado State don't have any running plays in the playbook, Dalen Dawkins picks up 6 yards on the rush. 1st and 10, Colorado State. They go back to the air. We've seen this guy make plays all season. Stop throwing at Huff. You're going to have a Huff day if you throwing the Huff. Beautiful play out there. He ran the route for the receiver. Knew what was coming. Jumped it. Big time INT. Change of possession. UNLV has to take advantage of this, and they go right to the air. Kendall Keys, 20 yards on the pickup. This kid right here is going to be somebody special. I'm telling you, keep an eye on Kendall Keys. The guy going to be somebody. They go back to the ground. Lexington Thomas, 7 yards the hard way. Straight up in between the tackles. I like to see this little guy when he runs physical. 2nd and short. Stanton sheds the tackle, falls forward, somehow or another gets the first down right here on a play that looked like it was going to lose 2 or 3 yards easy. Later in that drive on third down, they face a 3rd and long. Stanton throws a strike into the end zone to Devontae Boyd. Touchdown, Rebels.
We can hit on Sunday, we gon' hit the Crystal Palace.
Whatever momentum Colorado State had going, they lost it at the half. Now, we saw UNLV have a lot of success on the ground in the first half, but it wasn't translating into any points. They come out of this half a completely different team. We've seen them do it before. One of these days, man, we got to get a mic on Coach Spade in his halftime speech and hear exactly what he's telling these kids. They come out in the second half playing like a team on a mission. Beautiful stop right here for the defense to put Colorado State in a 3rd and forever situation. Stevens has time in the pocket, steps up, throws a strike. He's got one-on-one coverage, and Darius Moulton deflects one that should have easily been a pick. Spat. They got lucky right there. They definitely got lucky. UNLV offense back on the field. Johnny Stanton has green, takes off. Oh my goodness, he is barely caught. They bring him down inside the 5-yard line. Yeah. I want to say UNLV has all of the momentum. Lexington Thomas dives in the end zone for another score.
We can hit on Sunday, we gon' hit the Crystal Palace.
The Rebels have all the momentum right now. You talking about a 10-10 game at one point. We're still here in the 3rd quarter. It is 24-10, 14 unanswered points, and it don't seem like they're ready to let off the gas pedal anytime soon. Stevens decides to run for it. Took a big-time hit. Generous spot. They're going to give him the first. To me, it looked like he got hit just shy of it, but the drive continues. 2nd down, he throws into the flats. Oh, my goodness. Robert Jackson had his hands on it. Sabat. That should have been a pick. That should have been a pick. 3rd down for Stevens in Colorado State. The pressure was getting to him. He panicked through it. It's got to be picked off by the free safety. Look at the Rebels defense. These guys ain't playing no games out here, y'all. Look at the Rebels secondary. That's sophomore Evan Austrie that comes up with the pick. That's the 2nd INT for this defense today, and that's a beautiful catch. It's the receivers that can't make that over-the-shoulder catch. UNLV offense back on the field. They've got all the momentum. They've got possession of the football, and this game could get ugly. Lexington Thomas, first carry. Oh, and that's a big-time stiff for him. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Lexington Thomas. UNLV controls this game.
Ain't no lollygagging, hitting home runs when I'm bad.
Folks, that was a one-play, 72-yard drive. Lexington Thomas, the small scat back, just showed us the illest stiff arm I ever saw before in my life. It didn't even look like you put a lot on it. It looked like you paid the defender to take a fall. Beautiful drive. 31-10 is your score, folks. We are still here in the 3rd quarter. This 3rd quarter has just been terrible for Colorado State. Anything they had going for themselves is completely gone. I'm pretty sure their confidence is shot. And the sad thing is, on top of all of that, UNLV, these guys, they got a little something extra in their step. The defense is flying to the football. The offense is making crazy plays. This thing could get ugly. I'm looking in the stands, and it looks like Colorado State fans have already started to head for the exit here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Crazy. Start of the 4th, Colorado State's offense hasn't quit yet. Dalen Dawkins finds his way into the end zone with a 7-yard scamper to put the Colorado State team technically back in the game. They're going to need the defense to make a stop, and the time is definitely not on their side, but we'll see what happens. Lex Thomas stopped 70 yards short of his last run, only 2 yards on the pickup. 3rd and 6, Stanton throws to the sidelines. Beautiful catch by Devontae Boyd. 1st and 10 Rebels. This is the type of offense that they run that can just wear down opposing defenses. Lex takes a big-time hit on that play, but holds on to the football. The drive continues. Kendall Keys on the quick slant. This guy's a big physical receiver. 6'3", over 200 pounds. He can take a hit. He shows it right there. Evan Owens gets in the game late. It's garbage time when Lex does start to get a little bit winded. Evan Owens gets in the game, and this big guy will run your defense over. UNLV moving down the field at ease and not really having to put the ball in the air much. Evan Owens again, outside, inside the 5, meets the defender. He's going to be shy of the end zone, probably around the 1-yard line. You already know what's coming. They line it back up in the goal line, pitch it outside. Lex Thomas is in the game. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
Second hit on Sunday, we gon' hit up Crystal Palace.
I don't know, folks. I'm thinking this one might be over. We get a studio update, folks, where the number 2 ranked UCLA Bruins fall at the hands of Utah. I don't know what's going on in college football this weekend, folks. Anybody can lose on any given day. The rankings are going to be all mixed up. It's some big-time teams taking some early falls. Wyoming takes the L at the hands of Nevada. Nevada's running back put up 180 yards rushing on the ground, and if you think that's amazing, let me tell you about today's player of the game. He goes by the name of Lexington Thomas, 28 carries for 208 and 4 TDs against Colorado State. Folks, I think the Rebels are going to be all right. I know it was a lot of question marks in the air surrounding this team early in the season, but I think they've righted the ship. I think this team's going to be all right. I'm K.Spade signing off down here, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, do me a favor, leave a like. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more, be sure to hit subscribe. And I'm out the next time, folks. Peace.